Hello everyone, we have WFM Alexandra Botez. Alexandra continues to lead Sardinia World Chess Festival Group B. Well, Alexandra, you won another game. It's a huge victory over Hugues Benoit. Congratulations.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Well, can you tell us, how was your game today?
It was really crazy. I moved a little bit too quickly in the opening and ended up having to give up an exchange, but it was still a position where I had a lot of compensation. I found out after the game that the computer evaluation was still about equal. My opponent was also taking a lot of time in the opening, so even after that I still felt like I had good chances, but it was a really complicated, scary game with a lot of sacrifices. My king was in the middle of the board, unsafe as always, but we pulled it off, and I'm very happy about that.
How did you come to the conclusion that you were okay to sacrifice the exchange when you played g5?
Well, I didn't, but I had no options at that point because I missed it. So I was like, well, if I'm going to exchange a sack, let's do it in the nicest way possible. I should have castled before putting my knight to e7, and then it would have been okay.
Well, after sacrificing the exchange, you played quite bravely. You played c4, then b5, and eventually your opponent misplayed. He played bishop g4 to open up the position. What was going through your mind? Were you happy when he played bishop g4?
I was happy, but also nervous. You know, when your opponent starts stacking pieces on you, it doesn't matter whether or not it's accurate. You're always going to be a little uncomfortable.
And then afterwards, I think you played d4, which is also a very brave move considering your king was at the center of the board at d8. You went d4, d3, and then he got his queen into a7. So, yeah, were you feeling like you were winning the game?
I thought that I was either winning or there was some repetition for him, but that the chances were in my favor in that line.
Yesterday's game against Joel Paul Ganta, I would say that he was the toughest opponent you faced in the entire event. Would you agree?
Yeah, I agree. He's been the toughest opponent, and I think he is playing against the girl who is in second place, and I think he just saved a draw, which is really good for me because then I'll be 1 full point ahead.
Well, in the game at one point of time, computer says that after queen d5, when he went knight b3, there was a pin on the a2 pawn. Rook battery were attacking on the a1 rook. Computer recommended rook d1. So did you consider it during the game?
I just played too quickly. That was one of the things when I looked at yesterday. It's like there's no need to play so quickly in a critical position. Even without playing rook d1, I could have just played rook b1 and have a way easier life. Just get my rook out of the pin. Again, I don't know why I played so quickly. You don't play 30 seconds in a critical position. I haven't played classical chess in forever, so it's more like spotting the patterns where I make mistakes and fixing them.
One question which I wanted to ask you, which a lot of people have on their mind is like while you are streaming, it's a completely different game, not just time control where you have to continuously talk and engage with the audience. There's a background music and everything, while here it is completely different. Like although you want to talk, you cannot talk. There's no music, there's no one to engage with. So how do you adapt to these changes?
I mean, I grew up playing classical chess, right? So it's more like going back to the roots. The hardest thing about it isn't changing anything. It's shaking off the rust because I hadn't played competitively properly in so long. And then feeling like you're worse than you were when you were like 15 years old is a hit on the ego. So that's been the challenge.
Well, 2 rounds left. You have a very good chance to win the tournament. How do you feel about your chances?
I don't really think about the chances. I just would like to not lose a game in the next 2 rounds. I'd be happy with that. I'll try to play my best chess. Whatever happens, happens.
Thank you very much, Alexandra, for your valuable time. I wish you all the best for the last 2 rounds.
Thank you so much.